Welcome back to another Stellar Guitarist song tutorial. My name is Amber, and today we are going to be diving into Eric Clapton's iconic love song, Wonderful Tonight. So we are not going to be needing a capo for this lesson. We're going to be learning 4 beginner-friendly guitar chords, plus I'm going to be showing you how to play that smooth intro solo that we hear throughout the song. So if this is something you want to learn, then stay tuned. So the first part of the song that we're going to be looking at today is the verse, and the chords that we need are going to be up on the screen. The first chord we need is a G major chord. Now I like to play this using 4 fingers because we're going to be transitioning from a G to a D major, and this means we already have 1 finger already in place for that transition to the D major chord. So if you are a beginner just starting out, playing a 4-finger G can be a little bit tricky, but very helpful down the line when you play songs going from a G to a D major. We're also going to need a C major chord, and then changing back to the D major. So these are the chords in this exact order for the verse of the song. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the D, 2, 3, 4 to our C, 2, 3, 4, and to D. If we add some singing, back to G and G. It's late in the D chord. Change to the C. She's wondering what D chord. Back to G. She puts on her D chord again, and to the C. Brushes her D chord. Right, so that is as straightforward as it can be, using 1 down strum on each of the chords. Now obviously we're wanting to spice it up just a little bit, so we're going to be adding in a strumming pattern. Now the strumming pattern that I really like to use for the song sounds like this: down, 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 up, down, up. So we're going to have down, 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 up, down, up. And we count this 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and each chord is going to get 1 round of that strumming pattern. So if we practice that on each chord from the verse, starting on the G major, here we go, and down, 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 up, we're going to switch to the D, down, 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 up to our C chord, down, 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 up, and back to D. And a little trick here to avoid having any awkward pauses between those chord changes is to use that final up strum from the pattern to change to your next chord. So you will be playing almost open strings on that final up strum while you get ready for the next chord. So it will sound like this: down, 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 up, D. Up, up. So let's try that a little faster, and we're going to add in some singing to give the song some context. So starting on the G, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Late in the evening, see? She's wondering what clothes to wear. Back to G. She puts on her makeup, and C. Brushes her long blonde hair. And one more thing we can add, just to give it a little bit more of a driving force in the song, is to put an emphasis on the 3rd down strum. So we're going to have down, 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 up, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Sounds a lot better when you add in some dynamics. When we play with dynamics in our music, it just gives the listener something a little bit more to latch onto, and it really displays your musicality as a guitarist too. So give it a go and try to add in that accented beat on strum number 3. The next part of the song we're going to look at is the chorus, and we have a C major, changing to a D. We then have a G major, going to a D over F sharp. Now, traditionally we can play this as a full D major chord with our thumb coming over and squeezing down the low E string in the 2nd fret to create that F sharp. But because this is almost being used as a passing note, I would suggest kind of playing the cheat version of this. So going from a G, all we need to really do is keep our 3rd and 4th fingers down, and we're going to take our 1st finger and we're going to squeeze down the F sharp in the 2nd fret on our low E string. And we'll give that a strum. So this is kind of like a walking bass line cheat code version of playing a D over F sharp chord. So we're going to have G to our D over F sharp, and this leads us into an E minor chord. We then have a C to our D. And the strumming pattern is going to stay the same for all of those chords except for the G and the D over F sharp. So let's go through each chord. We're going to have C, down, 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 up to our D chord. And when we get to the G chord, we're going to play down, down, up. And the same on the D over F sharp. So the G, down, down, up, switch. And we're going to count those strums 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. And that's only going to apply to those 2 chords that we see between the brackets. So the G to D over F sharp, to E minor, back to the original strumming pattern. To our C chords, and to the D chords. So let's put that all together so we can hear how it all sounds using the strumming pattern. So starting on that C chord, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 up, D. Down, down, up, E minor. And C to the D. And with some singing, here we go from the C, 2, 3, 4. And then she asked me, do I look alright? And I say yes, you look wonderful tonight. And it leads back to the G major, which will lead us into an instrumental section. Hey you guys, if you are loving today's lesson, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to hit that notifications button so that you never miss any lessons I release in the future. And something else you can do to help me is to give me a thumbs up, like this video, so that YouTube knows that people actually enjoy watching the lessons that I release every single week. So thanks so much for your help. Right, let's get back into the lesson today. So the final section we're going to be looking at today is the bridge, and the chords are going to be up on the screen, very similar to the chords we've already played in the song. We have a C major to a D major, and we're going to have that G to D over F sharp between the brackets, just like we did in the chorus. So we have our G to our cheat code version of D over F sharp to E minor. We then have C major again, to our D chord, back to C, and then a D again. Now, the strumming pattern is going to stay the same for all those chords you see up on the screen. Of course, the chords between the brackets, we're going to get down, down, up, down, down, up. And that final chord you see, which is the D major, which has a little star next to it, that is just going to need one down strum. So the whole bridge is going to sound something like this. You can join me or listen. We're going to play it again after I've shown this demonstration. So we're going to go from the C, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and C, D chords, down, down, up, switch, E minor, and the C chords, to the D chord, back to the C, and one strum on the D, and with some singing, 1, 2. I feel wonderful because I see the love light in your eyes, and the wonder of it all is that you just don't realize. Great, so that is how we play the bridge of the song. Now the final thing we're going to be looking at today is that intro picking part. Now this is such fun to play, and if this is something you're wanting to learn, then jump into the next section of this lesson where we are going to be going in for a close-up. So the next thing we're going to be learning is that solo section that we hear sprinkled throughout the song. So I'm going to give a demo of what we're going to be looking at today. This is what it sounds like. It's really fun and quite a nice, short, compact little riff that we're looking at today. So the first thing we're going to want to do is start in that 10th fret with our third finger on the B string. So make sure you're using your third finger. So we don't want to be using our first finger for this. Definitely our third finger. And the tabs are up on the screen. It might look a little bit weird. We've got some arrows pointing up and down. The arrow pointing up is just telling us that we're going to be bending the string up by one tone. So in order to do this, we want some backup because our one little ring finger is not very strong by itself. So if we add our first and second fingers down in the 8th and 9th frets, we have some backup. We have 3 fingers that are going to help with bending that string upwards. So you're going to want to pull it up towards your face as you play it. So you're going to pick it and you're going to pull it up and then you're going to pull it down. So that's what that down arrow means. And the 10 in the bracket means that we're going to be going back down to that note that we played in the very beginning. You're going to hear the note, but you're not going to actually play it. So you're going to be bending the note up by one tone and then bending it back down again. So we play it, we bend up, and we pull it back down. Okay, so it can be quite taxing on your fingers. I'm not sure if you can see how my fingers are looking a little bit worse for wear, but this is what tends to happen. Playing on an electric guitar will definitely be easier because the strings will be a lot softer and they're designed to be bent. That's what electric guitars are best known for, is all the bends and all those, solo-y kind of runs. The acoustic guitar is known better for playing chords and strumming. So if you do have a bit of a tough time with bending your string, then that's quite normal if you're on an acoustic guitar. So don't forget, always be kind to yourself. So let's try that one more time. We're going to take fingers 1, 2, and 3, place them in the frets 8, 9, and 10 on the B string. We're going to pluck that string, bend it up, bend it back down again. The next note we need is our first finger on the 8th fret on the B string. So we've already set that up really nicely, okay? So we're going to we're then going to place our third finger back in the 10th fret. So that's, I would say, one phrase. That's phrase 1. So really practice that first phrase. The second phrase is going to start off exactly the same. And instead of going back to the 10th fret with our third finger, we're going to take our second finger into the 9th fret on the G string. So the second phrase. Okay, so let's put those two phrases together. Second phrase. Okay, not too bad up to there. And the third and final phrase starts off the same as phrase 1. Okay, so we've taken it up from that, we've taken it from the 10th fret, we bend up, we bend down to 8, back up to 10, and those last 4 notes, all played on the high E string. So the way I do this, it's a little bit messy, it's not the best way to, finger each of these notes, but it is what it is. We're going to take our first finger into the 7th fret on the high E string. Second fret is going to go onto the 8th fret. So 7, 8. And then I just tend to slide that second finger up to 12. So we have 7, 8, slide up to 12. And then I put my first finger into the 10th fret. Okay. So if I played from where we're bending up, that's 10th fret. We have 7, 8, up to 12, 10. Okay, so let's put it together from the start. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So we've learned the verse, we've learned the chorus, we've learned the bridge, and we've learned that awesome, fun picking part together. So all that's left to do is to put it all together in a play along, which is coming up next. 1, 2, 3, 4. Late in the evening, she's wondering what clothes to wear. She puts on her makeup and brushes her long blonde hair. And then she asks me, do I look alright? And I say, yes, you look wonderful tonight. We go to a party and everyone turns to see this beautiful lady who's walking around with me. And then she asks me, do you feel alright? And I say, yes, I feel wonderful tonight. I feel wonderful because I see the love light in your eyes, and the wonder of the doors that you just don't realize how much I love you. It's time to go home now, and I've got a aching head. So I give her the car keys, and she Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and learning how to play Wonderful Tonight. If you enjoyed the lesson, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and to check out the lesson that is being suggested to you right now on the screen. Until next time, I cannot wait to see you in another Stellar Guitarist tutorial. Have a wonderful day. Bye.